A little boy wanted his dad to buy him a toy dog, but his father didn't have any money. His father told him to put the toy back on the shelf, but the boy couldn't bring himself to leave, so he reached out to grab it again. But this time his dad scolded him angrily. With no other choice, the boy left the store with tears in his eyes. He was deeply disappointed in his father because their family was very poor. His dad worked at a construction site every day, but the money he earned was barely enough to make ends meet. That evening, his father brought home a green toy ball, but to the boy's astonishment, the ball suddenly began to change shape. John was startled and immediately threw it far away. It turned into a strange-looking little puppy. The puppy, which claimed to be from outer space, was adorable, and John was completely captivated by it. They quickly became best friends, laughing and dancing together. Even more amazing was that this little puppy had superpowers. When faced with a rotten apple, it gently cast its magic, and the shriveled, blackened fruit instantly became fresh again. John was amazed by this incredible display. The next day, John took the dog to school. On the way, a vicious dog blocked their path, so the puppy immediately leaped to the ground. To everyone's surprise, it unleashed some Chinese kung fu and eventually knocked the vicious dog unconscious. John was amazed, so he introduced the puppy to his classmates. Seeing this magical pet, the students all loved it. Then the teacher delivered devastating news. John's father had fallen from a great height and died at a construction site. Realizing he had lost his father forever, John burst into tears. He prayed to God to let him see his father one more time. The puppy understood his wish. It quietly walked toward his father's body and emitted a beam of light toward him. Enveloped in the light, his father's wounds slowly healed. As a result, the puppy grew weaker and weaker. It struggled to stand up, exhausting its very last ounce of strength for its human friend. When John woke up again, he saw a familiar figure lying beside him. His father had miraculously come back to life. John immediately threw himself into his father's arms, tears streaming down his face. But the puppy that had saved everything could no longer hold on. The antennae on its head flickered incessantly. Soon, the puppy exhausted all its energy and slowly turned back into an ordinary toy. They tried everything they could to wake it up, but to no avail. At that moment, John realized that the puppy had sacrificed its own life to bring his father back to life. This might have been the most precious gift heaven had bestowed upon him. From that day on, he kept the toy by his side, hoping that one day it would come back to life. Do you think his wish will come true?